couple. Here's a man who changed himself into a woman. She married a man, and then they had decided they were going to have a child.
Whoa, go slow. Let me hear this. The guy does what?
A guy had an operation, became a woman.
Okay.
Then he married a man.
Then he married a man.
This is a real case.
Okay. Now
and
the man, what's the man do?
They decided they wanted to have children, and they couldn't have children as a couple because he didn't have, reproductive organs. So what they did was they went to an infertility center and decided that the male part of the marriage would donate his semen to have a child, and they went and had a baby through a surrogate. And when the surrogate found out that the baby was going to go to a transsexual mother, she refused to give the baby up. And there was a lawsuit was finally dropped, and that was the end of it.
I mean, that's got to be really tough when you got to call your father mom, too. Right? Guess you have to be a female tennis player to do that.
Case.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Joining us at home base is Dr. Robert Fierro. He's a fertilization expert. Bob, coming back to you quickly on that transsexual thing where the guy became a woman or a woman became a man or whatever.
The Noyes case, N-O-Y-E-S.
Whatever that was. No, didn't you put that together?
I did.
Noel obviously doesn't care what he puts together if he makes a buck.
Just a minute. Let me explain how it really was now. Mrs. Noyes had a sexual anomaly.
Was that Mrs. before she became
Well, let
Mr.?
me finish now. Come on, there's only one Mrs. Mrs. Noyes had a sexual anomaly at birth.
A sexual what?
And not distinguishable as either a male or a female.
Oh.
In her later years, through the medical profession, she became a female. Through the legal profession, Mr. Ernstein, she became recognized as a female. She legally married Mr. Noyes, and then they came to me. That is true. Nothing else. And have no reservations. And have no reservations about working with them.
Same way I understood it, Bob.
Well, I'm not so sure. I think he pointed her out as being a transsexual, and that she went and had a sex change, and that's not what he said.
She didn't go have a sex change.
She had a sex determination because she was indistinguishable either way.
So, I mean...
Major difference.
Major difference?
Yeah, major difference.
I mean, you go get your thing cut off, you can't become a... Boy, I'm going to be careful some of these doctors I go to.
And with Kevin Garvey, let me introduce you to a gentleman by the name of Carmichael, John Carmichael, who is president of the Church of Scientology. All right? Good evening. Kevin, what is... Let me ask Kevin Garvey first, and I'll ask for a response from John. What is Scientology, and is it a cult?
Well, okay, I'm going to reverse that just for the basic definition. My view on the word cult is, one, it's not derogatory, it's not a pejorative term. If you look in the dictionary, and anyone sitting here, anyone watching on TV can open a dictionary and look at cult, look at the criteria, then look at the criteria for the word religion, and they're practically synonymous. I'm a practicing Roman Catholic, have been most of my life. Now, with the emphasis on the practice. I think the Roman Catholic Church meets the criteria of the word cult, so for me it's not pejorative. Recently, if I correctly understand, the tax courts in this country, and perhaps you can specify which court, the tax courts recently upheld the registration or the charter of Scientology as a religion. Now, they also removed the tax-exempt status for other reasons. Yes, I think it is a cult. It is a religion. There's no question about it.
How about it, John?
Well, it certainly is a religion, and it's been upheld as a religion by courts throughout the United States. But more importantly...
Why'd you lose your tax status, then?
Doesn't have anything to do with being a religion, and that is currently being appealed in the United States. The fact is that the Church of Scientology has been working to reform the Internal Revenue Service and has exposed the Internal Revenue Service. Yeah, you should know about this stuff. Since 1972 and 1973,
Did you reform the Internal Revenue Service by putting plants in their Internal Revenue Service? Is that how you reform it?
No, by revealing Internal Revenue Service documents starting in 1972 and 1973, which we copied, which people had a right to know about. We published our freedom reports in 1972 and 1973 that showed the Internal Revenue Service was acting to influence the media, to destroy the right of all these people to know about how their taxes were being figured, about who was being chased, and that sort of thing. And we consider that's important.
How do you, wait a second, let me ask you a question. Let's get off the internal revenue stuff for a second. Let's get back into Scientology. I'll have you up here in a second, sweetheart, all right? How does the Church of Scientology gain commercials? We promised you that Jerry Gutman, the ACLU attorney, would have an opportunity to answer. Herb Rosedale was the attorney for the Interfaith Commission on cults. Go ahead, Jerry.
Well, the first thing we have to do is we have to find out what we mean when we say cult. And we have to not lump every religion we don't like together and get rid of having to think about them and evaluate them and differentiate among them by simply giving them a label. And that's what happens when we use a word like cult. Now, Herb asked... Yeah, brainwashing is a way of persuading people. If I send my kids to Sunday school,
okay, let's not
I'm
make this
attempting to brainwash them.
Right. I know you're an excellent attorney who can give me a brief. Why are briefs always this thick? Why the hell do they call them briefs? Go ahead.
I must have missed that.
Wait a second, Herb.